Hello everyone and welcome to Gaming Fridays on Off the Shelf Reviews. I'm Gary.
And I'm Ian.
And today we're playing Terminator, The Dawn of Fate. And we're playing it on PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2?
Man, this is so retro. It also came out on the original Xbox as well, I believe, in 2002.
Where I first played it. Yep. This is your first introduction to this game.
I've never seen this game before. I never played it, never came near it. I've never even seen any of the content in this game before. I have no idea what it's like, what it's based, anything.
This is the first game. I played this before I played Halo on the original Xbox.
Right.
This is not very good.
Okay.
But at the time, I mean, it came out, what year again?
2002, yeah.
I mean, we're talking just before Terminator 3,
Yeah.
possibly, definitely before Terminator Salvation. And it tries to tell its own story. I mean, here we are. This is the intro sequence, Los Angeles 2027.
So apparently John Connor's making one of the last offences against Skynet. And Skynet plans to send a T-800 back through time to kill Sarah Connor.
Yeah. Yeah.
But TechCom is trying to prevent this. But if Skynet succeeds in time travel, Carl Reese, a TechCom soldier, will be sent back through time to protect Sarah Connor. Does it ring a bell?
Yeah.
Sounds a bit familiar.
Yep, definitely sounds familiar. I mean, here we go. Big open, dramatic sequence.
Skulls getting crushed by the
Hunter
machines.
killers flying around. I mean,
Yeah, it kind of looks badass.
you got TechCom troops all over the place.
I never realised they were called TechCom troops.
Yeah,
TechCom.
Carl Reese mentioned that he was part of the TechCom units.
Yeah, that's true.
And yeah, we're about to be shown Carl Reese and John Connor and Perry, Reese's sergeant. I think it's his sergeant or his lieutenant, guy in charge of his unit.
Yeah. I do believe he mentions him in the first summary.
Yeah.
You know what? This just looks like they've just animated over the film. These action scenes just look just like
Pretty much, yeah.
the scenes
Terminator
from the
2.
film.
Yeah. Oh, but here we come. Oh,
What the hell?
That's it.
Oh, wiped out. Whole team's gone.
There's Perry with his tribal face paint, and there's John Connor with his scar on his face.
Yeah.
Oh, Haven, yeah. I always like this intro because it pretty much just goes, if you haven't seen Terminator, this is what's going to happen.
Right.
But there's a bit of a weird surprise.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
Looks like an infiltrator.
Yeah. Big plasma cannon.
Yep.
Because they didn't have the likenesses and obviously the voice license, the T-800s are all armed with... Wait for it.
I'm waiting for it. That's supposed to be the Arnie type model?
Yep.
Right.
Yep. With a goatee. Armed with a goatee.
Damn. So now that's what you call advanced infiltration.
The one thing that always annoyed me about this game.
The Terminators with facial hair.
I'll just mention the guy with the orange hair who just walked out was Stone as well.
Stone, okay.
This game does bring up a really good plot point, which is actually being used in Terminator Genesis.
Go on.
Human Terminator hybrids.
Well, didn't we see them in Terminator 4?
Salvation?
Salvation, yeah.
Yeah, he was technically a hybrid. He was a prototype T-800 hybrid. But this did it first. Oh, here we go. Dramatic slow motion.
And so who are we playing in this?
That's
a Terminator.
That's a Terminator.
Okay.
That's supposed to be Arnie's Terminator. I'm just going to say this now because we're only doing a short half-hour video for our to go along with our Terminator review. At the end of this game, which I have actually completed, that's the Terminator that goes back.
Really? So, okay.
The goatee must have got burned off.
Got burned off through time travel, of course.
We have Reese there, Reese with the plasma rifle.
Wow, what is with Reese's haircut?
It's amazing,
like a full-on
isn't it?
Perm.
Yeah.
Maybe that probably gets reduced into
Singed
time travel as well.
The T-800's managed to infiltrate.
Everyone out.
Yep, he's wiping everyone out.
And this is the same Terminator that gets sent back.
Yes.
So he must have.
No. Actually, no. It's the same model. Same model.
It's just the same model. Yeah.
You know, at the end of the game, when you get to the time displacement machine, you see a kind of naked one of them walk towards the.
Yeah.
It just looks so weird because he's got a goatee. I'm like, how is this supposed to be Terminator?
So did Kyle Reese go through naked, or did he just appear naked to the other side?
No, he just appears naked. He jumped at the end of this. You jump into the time displacement, carrying all your shit,
and it's just all lost.
And then it's just all falls to the floor.
Nice.
And Luna, who is Perry's sister, I think, a female character, her and Perry are there, and they realize that Connor's gone. Reese has gone back totally unarmed.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, no.
But, well.
yeah.
Well, I guess they didn't really know how the technology worked.
So, yeah, so basically your objective throughout this whole game is to get Reese and Connor to the time displacement. You know, you got to battle over a few levels.
This is what we always expected Terminator 3 or Terminator 4 to be about.
Yeah. Well, that was the earliness. I mean, that was when Kyle Reese is like 12, 14.
In the films that they made,
Alright, I got to shoot out the mainframes. Captain Justin Perry's giving me orders. And here we go, we are in. Oh man, fixed cameras. Who always thought that fixed cameras were a good idea?
Takes you back to the old Resident Evil, Silent Hill.
Yeah, this game does have a first-person mode, but you have to hold the shoulder button.
Yeah. So there's some interesting things that set this game apart from other Terminator games. Is that you get to see several never-before-seen Terminator units, such as the T-400 series and the T-500 series.
The Endos.
Also the inclusion of melee combat. It changes the way you can exterminate the Terminators.
I have my stun button.
A stun button. The camera angles used in this game proves to be when you finish coughing up your guts, Ian.
Sorry.
Camera angles used in this game proves to be unique, but feel quite poorly implemented. Never really feels like the camera's looking the right way, and I can see it gets quite sticky when you move into another area.
Yeah.
It just kind of jumps. But apparently there's 15 different weapons that you can use.
Yeah, you get plasma rifles later on. Okay, task completed. Turned off the gas.
Nice. Okay, so now you can get through.
And we got Connor here. Got to protect him.
So how useful are the AI in this game? I love the way you move then.
Pretty useless, as with standard games, especially these older ones. I mean, you are literally on your own. I could stop and talk to those guys, but I already know what they're going to tell me. They're just going to be like, there's Terminators everywhere. Really? I didn't realize this was the future.
Right.
Ah, here's one. Hello.
We got it when the hallway collapsed. I'm in no shape to go with you. Take this. I can't use it.
Okay.
It's okay, soldier.
Just
You know, it's hard to keep up with all the inconsistencies in the Terminator franchise because in the Terminator establishes that Kyle Reese, and T-800 travel back to 1984.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like it's and what was happening we saw was in the year 2029. That's the year he gets sent back.
First Terminators.
Nice.
Endos.
Yeah, in the Sarah Connor Chronicles, Kyle Reese is sent back from the year 2027.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, they get a lot of the dates wrong, and of course they apparently
Well,
they change Judgment Day from one day to another day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this one is set in 2027.
Right.
But
I'm thinking it's not going to take you 3 years to get to the...
No, it shouldn't do.
No.
It shouldn't do. Combat! This is the best way to take out Terminators, I find, in this game. It's just beating the hell out of them.
Well, they set up a biofilter to pin us in.
Biofilters? Haven't heard of them.
Normally
No.
we only see that kind of hardware in their internment camps and heavy bases. Skynet must have found
So,
it
yeah,
well.
you get through most of this game
Just an advance force.
playing as either Reese, Luna, or Perry. And
Right.
each one's kind of levels, missions. Skynet tech. And upgrading this game has.
You have upgrade systems?
An upgrade system, but it only happens when I get to certain save points.
Okay, that makes sense.
You collect Skynet tech points and can upgrade your health.
You upgrade.
Your health, your armor, your stun baton, your ammo.
So this game got a score of like 3 out of 5 on Metacritic and like 5.6 out of 10 on IGN.
Yeah.
Just as your average scores. That's pretty poor.
It is.
But then again, it's come to the clear conclusion that almost every Terminator game ever made has been pretty poor.
No, well, no, the Mega Drive one's still, I would say, the best rendition of the Terminator series.
Well, yeah, I mean, the fact that it's completable in 20 minutes.
Over years
Yes.
of practice. I mean, that game first came out in 1993.
Yeah, yeah.
So, playing it back then when I was 8 years old, there was no way I was going to complete it, but it was so close to the film. This one tried to do new things. I mean, like I said, Terminator 3 was just coming out.
Yeah.
So this was trying to revitalize the franchise. The franchise did go through a lot of problems over the years. Even though
Yeah.
it's had a lot of love and money put into it, for some reason the Terminator franchise just seems to be so problematic. So problematic, I will say, that they've had to redo the story.
Well, that seems like what we're going to see with Genesis, so yeah.
Yeah, and the problem I
Family
have...
turret.
Endos, kill the toasters. The problem I have is I have actually seen the trailer,
Yeah,
and have you seen the trailer?
I have, yeah.
So there's that sequence where you have Arnie,
Yeah.
old Arnie, coming
Yeah.
up against new Arnie,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna safely assume that he kills that one,
Probably,
in
yeah.
some really bizarre way. Now I was always under the impression that fire, cool down, that chip they got from that Terminator was what caused Skynet. So if they don't get that chip,
Yeah, and
Whoa.
kill all the Terminators again anyway.
yeah, that must that must be obviously another plan for Skynet to send back more stuff.
Well, I mean, according to like the Sarah Connor Chronicles, I mean, I don't know how much that's weighing into things, but
Anymore.
Skynet sent back hundreds of Terminators through time,
Right.
not just to kill Sarah, but also to kill the Brewsters, to also kill anyone else that would become a general or a resistance
Yeah.
leader in any kind. They were all terminated.
Just like in Terminator 3.
But of course, well, yeah, just like in Terminator 3, which would again just result in, yeah, they killed all those, but then would different people not arise in those positions anyway
Yeah,
to take
yeah.
those? So, but it depends on how much evidence Cyberdyne systems are enabled to get their hands on in order to eventually build Skynet. I don't know.
I'm always under the impression you cannot have John Connor without Skynet. And you can't have Skynet without John Connor. It's just always going to happen. You can change the story as much as you want. You can try new things. You can try and reboot the franchise. Without Skynet,
Yeah.
you don't have any John Connor.
No.
And vice versa. At the point of them redoing the franchise now, say they do another 2 movies after
Yeah.
this Terminator
Which I wouldn't be surprised.
and make a whole new trilogy.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say that Terminator 2 will just be the final one you should always watch? With her driving up the highway after
Yeah.
destroying everything, there is no more Skynet. You could just go, done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Done.
Well, that was how James Cameron always kind of. I mean, he never really gave his blessings, I think, to the other films. Although, in a recent interview, James Cameron has given his blessing to Terminator Genesis, and he's actually on board
Yes,
with it.
I
he
saw
actually
that.
liked it.
Yeah, he liked the beginning and then the fact that it completely changed out.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I mean, he's clearly had no real interest in ever revisiting the Terminator franchise.
he doesn't need to. I mean,
No.
he did what he needed to do.
Although I do remember reading at one point that James Cameron always said he'd return and make another Alien film if Ridley Scott made another Alien film. And Ridley Scott's kind of playing around with, well, he did Prometheus.
Yeah,
which-
so James Cameron should kind of make an alien film?
it was called I don't
Aliens that travel back through time and fight on the Titanic, and there might be a chance you could stop the Titanic from crashing. But it
know.
turns
Yeah,
out they
after
don't.
a tsunami called by aliens,
Yeah, and they don't.
and all they really want is world peace.
yeah, yeah. And all the xenomorphs are blue.
And all the xenomorphs are blue. Yep. I want to see that.
I'd pay money to see that. Right, so we are heading. Okay, Connor, where's John Connor going?
I have no idea.
Right, I'm going to change
So you got med
to my
packs,
shotgun.
so-
Oh, I hate
well-
these stun ones. Hate these stun ones. I hate.
The hell are they? Whoa!
Yeah,
Whoa!
they're like those
Funky graphics. Batteries not included. That's where they're from.
terrible shooting. This is why the game gets such bad rap.
Yeah, it
'Cause-
looked like quite clunky shooting them with your shotgun.
Yeah, the shooting is not You
yeah,
cannot
it
aim.
doesn't look like you can aim other than when you go to this mode.
First mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Shield, your armor's down to 30.
Yeah. Come on, you big guys. You don't need T800 when you got these
So,
things.
What's that in the bottom left corner? Is that how much tech you picked
That
up?
that is stamina.
Oh, okay.
For my, I get stamina for every Terminator I kill, especially
Seems to
ones
be
I
like
get
an
in
endless
combat.
wave of them coming down
Yeah,
here right
it's an
now.
endless wave for the moment. I've not. There we go.
Blast it! Blast it!
There we go. And luckily enough, they drop shotguns, so I don't really run out of ammo.
Right, right.
But I'm trying to find Connor. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to follow me.
Run around this hotel basement.
Yeah, so the Terminator has infiltrated our base and practically killed everybody.
Yeah.
And now we are obviously trying to get out, and I'm trying to keep Connor alive.
So, how many levels in the game? How quickly do you get through it? Normal sitting?
Normal sitting, you wouldn't be able to do it in a normal sitting.
Okay.
You'd have to stop because your eyes would be bleeding.
Yeah, yeah.
But I remember I think it took me roughly around over 2 weeks to complete it the first time. Ah, there you are. Right. I'm supposed to get the C4 explosives. Put that there.
I love the little running animations
Yeah.
in video games.
Really? Oh, really, game? Really? On camera and everything?
Yep. Can't you just...
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back and get some more. Stamina. Remember when Reese was able to do this in the first film? Stab.
Yeah.
Stab.
That's all he really needed. Why didn't he... We got stun battens back in 1984.
Yeah, he could just used it, but no. Right, C4 explosive. Okay. Now we're
Did we have EMP blasts in 1984?
No.
No.
No, we barely had tape decks.
Oh. Yeah, you're right.
Right. Okay. No.
Did you...
Yeah, he's supposed to put it on the barrel.
Ah, still worked.
It still worked. It didn't work the first time. Right. Okay. Forward. I was going forward, Connor.
Inspiring words, Connor.
Yeah.
Inspiring words.
Such a paradox right there. I'm his father.
Yeah. And he's giving you orders.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Because he's older than me. And yeah.
Yeah.
Right, Connor, we are going this way. Run around. I'm not even going to complain about the graphics or the gameplay anymore because we're talking PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
You know, there's 2 gaming generations back.
It's so very rare I'll go back and play anything on the PlayStation 2. There's only just a few games that I'd revisit.
I'm a massive fan of retro games. I mean, I went
am
out.
as well.
Oh, flying ones.
Thanks for your assistance, Connor.
He
It's
will
fine.
he will fire, but I've got to watch his
So it's
health
just
as
for
well.
show.
Yeah. Oh Jesus. Oh crap. Ah. Yeah. Fire! Fire everything! Destroy the future!
Got him.
Goddamn machines! Oh, I'm out. Right, change ammo. Change bullet. Oh.
And Connor's just shooting the fence there.
Yeah.
Quite useful.
Ah.
Yeah, I think the
Where
music's
is it?
pretty badass for this game. It's kind of heavy going, like a heavy
Oh.
rock synth to it.
I have found the lock on. Oh, I totally forgot what the lock on was.
Ah, that makes things a little bit easier. It means you can freely move around while
Freely
shooting.
move
Look
around.
like a badass.
Yeah,
Do
look
all
like a
the info.
badass. See, this is what I felt with the game. The first time I played it, I really hated it. I couldn't play it. I went off and I played Halo.
Yeah.
And then, you know, being a Terminator fan, I wanted to go back. I wanted to see what happens.
Indeed, yeah.
And after the first initial levels, realizing kind of it wasn't great, but getting the hang of the controls, you know, finding out there's a lock on,
Yeah.
and using first person when and if you need it, relying on combat and your leveling up system, the story does get really good. I mean, you fight with Reese all the way to the end.
Yeah.
And switch between him and Perry. You find out some more stuff about Perry
Yeah.
and why he's fighting. Like I said, there's that Stone character whose brother has just recently been killed in battle.
Okay.
And he gives himself over to Skynet. So he's got his own personal reasons. There's this whole inner conflict.
That's cool.
So by the time you get to the time displacement machine and you send Reese back,
Yeah.
that's actually the least of your worries. That's an
Yeah.
accomplishment over everything you've had to endure through this game, pretty much.
Yeah. It is nice to see more story filled in about the Carl Reese character and what his life was like before going back to 1984.
Yeah.
It's nice to see it fleshed out, but I mean, it's not exactly necessary, which is why I think it does work better in a video game format.
Yeah.
But I mean, it doesn't. So I mean, the game has to create some surprises for you, because otherwise, you know, it's following its own fate.
It's
really
pretty linear, standard game of this type, action type game.
Yeah.
This, you know, you get little sections where it's just, here's a room full of Terminators. Kill
Yeah.
them, you survive. Next room.
Yeah.
You know, so like this. I mean, this is a puzzle. Make sure one switch turns green. If you do them both at the same time, it won't work.
Right.
So
So
you
you
have
just got to
to
hit the lights when
slowly.
they're blinking in the right. Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, when you have the things like the endos coming up, and you're like, oh, they don't look. Where's the Arnie Terminators? They haven't made those Terminators yet.
Yeah.
You have to deal with these ones. You get the T400s, the T500s. You get the Hunter Killers, the 600s, and they gradually over the levels get harder and harder, and you have to use different weapons. You get your shotgun, your machine guns, your phase plasma rifle with 40-watt range, your canister bombs.
What's a watt range?
I don't know. I mean, strength of the battery cell pack that it has, that it can 40 watts.
That's the project. Yeah.
Ah! Fire! Reload! Fire! Look at me, I'm a badass, Connor. I'm a badass. Fight the future. Oh, watch out for flying ones.
Nice.
I got any other guns? No. Flying one. Yeah, come on. Ah! Shoot the canisters. Sorry, Connor.
I was gonna say he looks pretty dead at the moment.
Jutting camera.
Yeah, very juddery camera.
Cut sequence.
Cool. Anything exciting?
No. Elevator fills down. Shows us the way we can go.
Nah.
Oh. We're heading to the lobby so that we can escape with as many survivors as we can.
Yeah, there's plenty of survivors lying around.
Obviously, we're part of the basement at the moment. I don't think. Oh, there we go. There we go. Get my shotgun out.
Cool.
Now I know the lock on. I'm going to use my shotgun.
All the way.
Yeah.
Garble, garble, garble down the radio.
It does come up every now and again. Just people just talking over. You get one guy every now and again who goes, "Keep this channel clear." Like, you're speaking.
You're the only one on this channel.
Yeah. Yeah, I just killed that guy. It's like, really? Wait, yeah, they're behind us. Really? Behind me, or just you, or all of us?
These Terminators look drunk.
Yeah. Go on. Yeah. Spin around.
What's
Shoot
the
fire
Terminator doing
backwards.
down here? They're doing their laundry.
Oh, they're
Because I
moving
mean,
through
they wear
these-
clothes, don't they? Right?
Yeah. They're moving through these biofilters. Like, there's a spawn point over here.
A Terminator spawn point.
Well, behind that purple biofilter, they call it, that
Yeah.
won't let humans pass, that's where the Terminators come in. And
You're
obviously, standard, I have to kill them all to unlock this one.
Yeah, yeah.
But I got my shotgun. Who needs plasma rifles when you can just get a spaz shotgun and just blast shit?
So if I remember right, did this game include a T800 model which you had to blast enough times to blast all of its skin off to get to the endoskeleton?
Ooh, I think so.
I think it might be in this
It's
game.
been many, many years since I played this. I remember the beginning, and I remember the end.
Yeah.
Everything in between is a bit of a blur.
Yeah, a blur of shoot and repeat.
I remember a lot more of Terminator Redemption, which I played on the Xbox. That was a really good game. You actually had
Yeah.
Arnie's likeness. Well, you had
Yeah.
Arnie's likeness, and as you took damage, the T800 took damage, and it looked
yeah.
quite good graphically. The levels for Terminator 3 were a bit weird,
Yes.
especially where you got to go back in time. Oh, Connor just got it bad. Oh, what? There's the flying one. Damn it. Get up. I'm out of shotgun rounds. Let's switch back to my machine gun.
Take him down.
Lay him down. Grab that shotgun. More flying ones. Yep. Just a room full of Terminators. I definitely recommend this to any Terminator fan out there who's never played it, but
I do not.
be forewarned. You know, this is if you're going to play this, you're either going to play this on an Xbox original,
Yeah.
or a PlayStation 2. You know, you might be able to watch videos on YouTube like this one.
I know that there's emulators out there for PS1, PS2s, and original Xboxes
Yeah,
as well.
and once you get the handle of the controls,
yeah.
you know, like spinning around the room just firing wildly, or
Yeah.
even if you get it down so you can go to first person mode,
Yeah.
you'll manage to get through the levels, defeat the bosses, and find out like a little extra story for the Terminator universe.
Yeah.
They don't expand on it.
I'm gonna say, I think you've got to be a real diehard Terminator fanatic to go back and play this game if you never played it before.
Well, that makes me sound like a fanatic.
Well, you are.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. But not everybody.
I couldn't ever see myself sitting down to play this game now. I missed it when it came out, and I don't think I could sit myself and play through this game.
Well, we're going to play through the first level at least.
We are, yeah.
It like I said, the levels. I'm pretty sure there's a level where you take control of the big hunter-killer tank.
Okay,
and
that'd be impressive.
you have to control that. And like I said, I think certain things happen to Reese. That means you have to play as Perry.
Yeah.
And then it'll flick back.
That keeps it always good to keep things interesting.
Let's quickly buy an upgrade. 100 points. I can't buy anything. That was an annoying thing as well. When you don't have
Everything's really
enough points.
expensive. Yeah.
You might as well.
Yeah.
Save it on the 8 megabyte memory card.
Nice.
Because, you know, don't reset or switch off
it
your
was
console.
amazing when you opened the case. It forgotten that the game cases actually had memory card storages inside. The
Yeah.
games.
Yeah. Continue. Right. Final delivery. Level 2.
Nice picture of the endoskeleton there. It's always the teeth that freak me out when I look at them.
God, yeah. I always think that the amount of time they've taken to go, right, okay, we need teeth, and we need a perfect smile.
You see some endoskeletons and it's like chrome teeth, and then you see the infiltrator ones, and when they've had their skin removed and they've still got like human teeth.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, do the human teeth have chrome inside them so that when the human teeth gets destroyed, I don't know.
I hate to think where they
some
get the
creative,
teeth.
freaky imagery. Yeah.
Oh, we got flyers, we got endos. They're all over it.
They remind me more of Cylons, these Terminators, because their eyes lights are just so out of focus.
Hard to believe. Who'd give us up to the machines?
Looks like a
Stone.
giant beehive on his head.
And one thing about this game always made me laugh: his hair.
Shoot them! Shoot them all!
Okay.
Say it with such conviction.
Ooh,
Connor.
nice. Change my weapon to the plasma rifle.
Yeah.
Get some. Get some. Get some. Yeah. I'm gonna get you all down here and then. Whoop. I'll watch my health. There's a high chance. I could still die. I mean, this is PS2.
Yeah.
My reflexes are not this slow anymore.
When you die, what happens? Back to the last save point?
I think it just restart the level again.
Yeah.
Oh, flying. Keep an eye on my ammo as well.
So I think we've got this on normal difficulty right now.
Yeah, I don't think there is. No, there is a
There's
easy,
difficulty
normal, and
levels?
hard. Yeah,
Okay.
but you only unlock hard once you've completed the game.
Right.
And weirdly enough, upstairs. Weirdly enough, once you've completed the game the first time, there's not much really apart from cheats.
Okay.
That obviously you can activate the cheats so that you can play other levels, but why would you want to go back?
Yeah.
You know, you've already played through it once.
So the game doesn't give you anything to help you through repeat playthroughs. There's no.
No, once you've got all your upgrades for your character, you're kind of just done. I mean, I never.
Yeah.
Like
So
I said,
if you were playing it free, you're just playing it for the story.
I never went back once I completed the first
The
time.
one time, yeah. Okay, well that's gonna bring us to the end of our Gaming Fridays look at Terminator: Dawn of Fate.
I'm just gonna fire off my gun.
Sure. We'll be back tomorrow with the next part in Dishonored. We'll also be back next Thursday with another film review and more Gaming Friday next week. If you've got any comments about the video, if you want to let us know what your favourite Terminator game is, leave them in the comment section below. There's also links down there so you can catch up with us on Facebook, on Twitter and on Patreon. Thanks for watching everyone, I'll see you next time.